And it's my job to keep you informed on what the real Leafs fans have to say about things around here, right? You have to know what's going on. You have to see it from the perspective of a real Leafs fan, right? And that perspective is... The Toronto Maple Leafs had a multiple goal lead again, and they blew it. Did I do a good job? Is that what's going to get me the views? Is that how I make it big on this thing? Huh? Saying that the play was... Am I doing a good job? Now, see, you know, if that had turned into a loss, tonight, you know that would be the reaction on YouTube tomorrow morning, right? Or tomorrow afternoon, or whenever he puts those videos up. You know that would be the reaction if that was a loss tonight. Another multiple lead. You know it. I know it. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Even if it had been a loss, okay? Let's not forget, these are two really good teams, man. Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. Like, stop acting like this is the Ottawa Senators. That's what I don't like when people compare these 4-1 losses that we give up, or 4-1 goal leads or whatever that we give up. Stop comparing them like they're all the same. The Ottawa Senators one is much worse. Having that situation go against Colorado, not so bad. And tonight, not so bad either, man. Tonight, not so bad. Okay, because what's really happening is just because we got our goals first doesn't mean that these teams were easy. So if you need to look at it one way, okay, don't look at it as wins that we almost lost or did lose. Look at it losses. Look at them as losses that we somehow figured out how to get to OT. Because that's really what happened. They got outplayed big time in both games. A lot more shots against, right? A lot more craziness going on. You know what I mean? They didn't really have a lot of control for most of the game in both of these games. They come away with 2 points automatically just for going to the overtimes, right? And then they get the third one there for getting the OT or the shootout win, right? So, I mean, these are against two really good teams. I think we should be really happy, right? I mean, just look at the goals they had, right? They had some crazy goals tonight. Nylander, yeah, you were saying in the chat there, Nylander's owning him, right? Right, Papa Thrash? Right? I don't think you were saying it, but somebody was saying it. Drafty Fish was, right? Like, he gets a beautiful move. I mean, that's the move that my son already likes doing at his age. I mean, it's at their speed, don't get me wrong, but he's already thinking like that, my son. He comes in and he'll do that little stop fake thing, whatever like that, and go and tuck it in, that little gap that's open. And seeing a guy like Willie Nylander doing it to a quality goaltender, right? In Vegas's Leonard there. I mean, my goodness. What a move, right? You love the move. You love to see it. You got the Matthews goal, where that's all Bunting, really. You know what I mean? Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess whoever put it out to Bunting as well, too. I forget. But, you know, dishing it back to Bunting. Bunting sells that pass. Well, he anti-sells that pass is really what he does, right? He passes it, but he does it in such a nonchalant way. He's hoping that everybody doesn't even realize he's done it. It's almost like a fake pass, but it went right to Matthews. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't fire it across with everything he had, and he didn't wait till Matthews was ready for it and then fire it across. Right? He knew Matthews was there. He didn't really look, and it was just a quick kind of like tap over. But like a tap. It was like he pushed the puck or something like that. Just like, well, boom. Nice and light. Love it. So, I mean, Bunting gets a lot of credit for that goal for sure. And then you get the Mikheyev one off the boards. I mean, he's just paying attention. He sees a good rebound. Right? A rebound off the backboards like that. He was ready for it, and he pops a short side or whatever. Right? Like, these are not lucky goals, but they're also not like, you know, super fancy stuff. Exactly what they needed to be. Right? Because they're going up against the Vegas Golden Knights, who right now seem to be a better team. In terms of speed, control, all that stuff. They were outmatched, Toronto was, but you need to be able to beat teams that are better than you. Right? And that's what the Leafs found a way to do, and they found a way to hang in there against a team like that with Colorado. Yeah, they got their goals first, but it's Colorado, man. They're a good team as well. So that's two really good teams back-to-back, 3 points. That's a 50-50 split right there, right? You can't go wrong with that. Playing Arizona tomorrow, I mean, hopefully they can go in there and just stomp them and feel good about themselves again. That'd be really nice. Hopefully they're flying high off this win here with that nice move by Nylander in the shootout. Oh, it's just pretty to watch. You know? They played what they needed to do to get an ugly win. I know it's ugly. I mean, the reality is, right? Like, they got into lots of penalty trouble, right? They get into lots of penalty trouble, multiple power play goals against, right? Not good. Not good. This is not good, right? Massively outshot. Well, you know, giving up 30 plus shots is not so bad, but when you only get like 17 yourself or maybe 18 in regulation, you know, like that's not a good sign. So at times it just looked like the Leafs were 2 steps behind in their own zone. You know, I don't know if they were trying to play conservatively to save energy. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't like seeing it, right? Because every time the puck was being moved around in Toronto's zone, it was almost like, you know, they were watching it go instead of anticipating and being where you need to be before the puck gets there. They were waiting to see what happened and then responding. But sometimes that's a coaching thing, and I don't want to rip on anybody, because in the end, if you can come away with a W, then you come away with the W. Right? Wins are wins are wins, right? And especially if it's not against a non-divisional rival, right? You give up that extra point in overtime to Vegas. Who cares? Who cares? Right? It's only your own division that matters, and or at least your own conference or whatever, your own side of things, right? But other than that, you give up a point to them. Who cares? You got your 2. So, you know, you like it. You like seeing it. You like seeing it. And the Vegas crowd, man, I gotta be honest, was a lot louder than I thought they were gonna be. I made my post today about, like, you know, how Toronto usually shows up well, and they did, don't get me wrong. We have a few hardcore fans definitely there tonight. In fact, I'm pretty sure, right, they were starting the Go Leafs Go chants most of the night. They would start it, but to Vegas's credit, when they started hearing those Go Leafs Go's popping up around their stadium, I think they very much silenced it with some Go Knights Go. So metaphoric hats off to Vegas fans, all right? You're growing, and you're owning your own building, man. You're turning into another Nashville, which I think is awesome, another Carolina, which in terms of home crowd experiences, I think those are some awesome buildings to be at. I wish I could go visit. And we know our good friend Leslie there, our good friend Leslie, who he's not in the chat tonight, right? We know that Leslie's there at the game, gets to see Soup in net, gets to see Vintage take a shootout shot, goes to a shootout for that matter for her, right? And then to walk away with the Willie Styles 2-goal night, one being a shootout winner. Oh my goodness. You know this is her night for sure. So clearly she struck it big in Vegas somehow, did something crazy. Right on to you there, Leslie, all right? So we wish you well. Cobra's in the house now, too, so I want to get into all the people in the chat now and everything like that. So if you were listening to my rant and you were holding off on your comments, I appreciate it, all right? But now's the time where you... all right? But now's the time we'll quickly get into some comments before I gotta go. It's a late night, all right? So let's do it. Newfie Cobra, hey, how you doing, man? Hey.